pairwise dice, then attend to this heaven slice of an angel wrapped in skin. Throw dice and woes of life. Love deprived, looking to revive. What's the meaning of life? One subjective paradise. Crystal chandeliers, motives reflected. Often mirrors a pit, quick, grinning from ear to ear. Craving the rain in the grain, rekindle the flame. Closer she draws near. Stay there, remove your underwear, shove it somewhere over there. In paradise, we know our purpose. In paradise, we know what our worth is. In paradise, we manifest dreams. In paradise, truth is what you can see.
Boom, yes it is. The truth is what you can see. Hello everybody and welcome to this. Sorry guys, I'm trying to get my stuff set up real quick. I apologize for this. I'm moving kind of slow. It's like I've got to get my my deal worked out as far as when I'm at certain places and the internet stuff, because it just really messes with me because I'm trying to use my thing and it tends to go a little slow sometimes. So I'm trying to get everything worked out. So I apologize for, this little bit of a headache right now, or this little bit of slow time, because because we're trying to figure out now here today at Hacienda Tacos over here in Midtown. And so we're trying to figure out which is the best location. Do I get a better reception for my internet at one spot or the other? So we're in the process of trying to figure that out. But today, like I said, y'all couldn't hear me on that. I got to fix that so that you all can hear me on when I do the taco thing. But anyway, Hacienda Tacos, it was great. I enjoyed it. Like I said today, I had, it's located up here in Midtown, 1120 Classen Boulevard. And I had the, and I'm going to post it on my Facebook too. But I had the quesadillas, chicken quesadillas, and I had queso. And it was really, really good. So far, everything that I've had here has been good. I had street tacos last time, and it's been fantastic. So I recommend you coming either to the location here, or you saw it on the screen, or in North Park Mall. It's fantastic. Hope you do enjoy it. So that being said, a good friend of mine sent me a message about, before we get started, go ahead and remember you can go to YouTube, search the Unpopular Hour with Matt Clark, and like, subscribe, hit notifications, and then you can also listen to anything that we're doing, or you can comment on them. You can, excuse me, you can comment on anything we're talking about, or you can ask me questions. So it'll be lined up here. And then also, after the storm is our OKC Thunder post-game analysis show where we tell the truth. We don't give you a bunch of nonsense like they do with the Thunder. We actually tell you what's actually happening with the Thunder. We actually tell you what's going on. We don't understand what the Thunder's mentality about the things that they do. We completely change up. So after the storm, OKC Thunder, and of course the Unpopular Hour, Matt Clark. So go ahead and search both of those. And then, like I said, you can go on YouTube and you can like, subscribe, and hit notifications on that. And then anytime you want to ask a question, you can, and we'll talk about that. So anyway, like I was saying, a friend of mine texted me and we were talking about Gottlieb. And I'm just like, bro, to me, if you want Gottlieb as coach, have him go somewhere, get a job, learn how to coach if somebody will hire him. Then, if it doesn't work out with whoever we hired, then maybe bring him back after he's had experience. Now, I'm not a fan of his. I'm just not. I don't believe that we should have him as a coach, but that's just me. So, to me, it's really simple. I think that you go ahead and you get you a good coach out there who's got some experience, who's got some connections with some top players, who can go to another level. Like, 'cause somebody was talking about Oklahoma State being, or yesterday I know it was Nathan trying to get me to compare other places. Drew came up with North Carolina State. I don't necessarily agree with that, but I will say what he was trying to say was North Carolina State was good for a while. They did win a title, but then they got to the point where they haven't been really relevant for a long time. I mean, they kind of go up and down, but Oklahoma State was relevant for a long, long time. Eddie Sutton through Sean. Then, of course, our great former athletic director, hired Travis Ford, which I still don't understand that to this day. And then he brought in guys that were like-minded, small, couldn't recruit, no. Even though we did get Tony Allen. We did get, my mind just went blank. Marcus Smart. We did get him. I will say that he did get Marcus. And by the way, Marcus, great player. I love Marcus, and he did tie my single-season scoring record for one game. That still holds for a sophomore. So he and I both have the distinction of holding that record, or joining. We're co-holding that record. So, and then of course he was the second player after me to be on the junior world team and represent the USA. So, anyway, and then when you got these people in sports media who are talking, giving you stats about who they, he had this guy, and he had that guy. No, he didn't. He didn't. That's not a job. You're coaching some AAU team. That's not a job, bro. You're coaching some little Israel. That's not coaching. We're talking about coaching experience, which means that you have coached. Randy Rutherford has more experience than he does. Even Randy Rutherford's coaching in high school. He has more experience than him. If that's where you want to give your criteria. But Randy Rutherford doesn't have college experience. Randy Rutherford, I want Randy. He's a great guy, and I love Randy. And I would take Randy over him in a heartbeat. Because what? Randy understands the high school players in Oklahoma. He knows who can play and who doesn't. He's either played against them or coached against them. So he knows who can play or coach them. He knows who can play and who can't. Now, he'd be more of a valuable option. If you're going to hire somebody from Oklahoma State, then you go hire Randy. If you're not trying to hire somebody with some actual college experience, go hire him. But like I said, give me somebody like an Underwood who's had experience, who wants to step up, and somebody called us a stepping stone. How the hell are you a stepping stone when you're one of the best? You're in the best conference in college basketball. You have the number one facility as far as basketball arena in the country, and you're a stepping stone program. How the hell is that? And the guy tried to promote and come back against Underwood. I go, Underwood left because of our former athletic director. That's why he did not want to leave. Why the hell would you want to leave here? You got a great arena, you got great fans, you've got a great support system. Why the hell would you want to leave Oklahoma State? You're in a great conference. You get to play Kansas twice, you get to play OU, you get to play Houston. Why the hell, how is it a stepping stone? How is it not someplace you'd want to be? That makes zero sense. That's how I look at it, okay? Now, yeah, am I biased? Yes. Do I have an attitude towards it? Yes. Am I upset about it? Yes. Do I want us to be the best? Yes. And then on top of that, Oklahoma State just had another guy, Walker on Ash Brown, enter the transfer portal. And my thing is this: if you thought Gottlieb was going to be your coach, why are players leaving? Like when we changed coaches from Coach Killingsworth to Coach Hanson, my guy, Commander Randy Wright, a particular coach that they wanted to hire. And Randy and I both were, said, no, we don't want him. We're not playing for that guy. No. And everybody thought he was going to get the job. And quite frankly, Randy Wright and I both said, yeah, we don't want that dude. I'm not going to mention anybody's name because that's irrelevant. But he and I both said, no, we're not playing for him. We don't want him. So those are the type of things. You go to your players, you talk to your players, and you find out who they want. Because remember, the transfer portal, these guys can leave. You've lost one McDonald All-American. You don't want to lose two. You lost your best point guard, one of your best guards. You don't want to lose another one. So go out and get me a coach with some experience. Go out and get me a coach with some sachet. Go out and get me a coach who can recruit. And go out and get me a coach who knows what he has here at Oklahoma State, and then pay him like it. That's what the hell you do. But let's face it, NIL matters. And I promise you, there are enough alumni in Oklahoma who have, or in the United States, who are OSU alumni, if you're going to go get somebody you need NIL money, they will get you the money to do that. They will invest in it if you do what you need to do. They will do that because they want Oklahoma State basketball to come back on top. That's what the hell they want. That's what the hell I want. And then how do you not? So now, that being said, the Thunder have a huge game tonight, okay? I'm not a big fan of the team. Those of you know that's who drafted me, so I'm not a fan of the Jazz. They're 29-39. They're not really trying to win because we have their pick. It's a protected pick. So they're trying to lose to make sure they get their pick. We want them to lose. We want them to win so we can have their pick. That's basically what it's coming down to. So I don't know. I know that we don't really like each other. Utah and Oklahoma City don't really like each other, so I assume they're going to come out and play hard against us. But we've got to get this win. The Thunder 15.5-point favorites. The over-under is 231.5. And you'll notice that the over-unders are starting to drop. And why is that? Because it's nearing the playoffs. Games are more physical. There's less fouls called depending on if they really like you or not. When in Oklahoma City, let's face it, if you watched us since we've been here, you know that we don't get favoritism when it comes to the officials. We just don't. I mean, we really, truly, really never have. So that's part of the thing. So anyway, huge game tonight. Unfortunately, it is on Bolly's, and I'm not overly excited about that, but it is what it is. So when you look at what the Thunder need to do, the Thunder need to do one thing, and that's get a new coach and a new administration. Or at least have the administration get their heads out their butt, dig their head out the sand, and realize what the hell we have. You know, somebody made a comment about Denver and about everybody on all the teams that are winning, the Celtics. Everybody knows what their role is. Everybody knows who the best player is. Everybody knows who we're going through. Everybody knows what the situations are. Everybody knows that. The Thunder have no clue. And this is how my statement is going to be backed. During the Drake concert Monday night, SGA was there, and guess who he brought with him on stage? Chet. And Jay Will, did a deal on X talking about that. Well, you're on J-Dub's side. And I've said, the Thunder have fractured the locker room. And my guy, Nathan Taylor, has said right from the beginning on who the Thunder wanted. He said that right from the beginning on who the Thunder were taking. And that's what Nathan has said, and he has been. And, in fact, I need to go and hook those guys up and get those guys on. But when you look at the Thunder and you look at, our last 6 games, sure, I'll put up our 6 games so you can know what I'm talking about and where we are and where we need to be, because the Thunder is coming up on a crazy stretch right now. We really, truly are. We've got to really win some games. We've got to do some things because it's coming on that time of the year for us, okay? These next few games, after tonight, it gets touchy is not the word, but it gets awful interesting on what the Thunder need to do. And, we've got, 47-20, so we've got 15 games left. So who do you have and who you're doing matters. It really, truly does. You got to win games. You can't afford to give away games. And then we've got a tough road schedule in next week that's just going to be ugly. I mean, it's going to be ugly. But, what do you got to do? You have to handle home first. You have to handle your home first. You got to win your games at home is the first to do. And after that, then you go from there. But you have to win your home games. And if you can do that, that's what matters. And so when you look at the Thunder, and, I believe in our play. And the reason why I say that is because he clearly doesn't have a feel for who we have as players. And in these next few games, it's going to matter. And Drew Hinthorn, or Husker Drew Picks, and I talked about it. Nathan Taylor and I talked about it of YMB. We talked about it yesterday. I mean, it's getting to that point where you really have to have defined roles if you're going to win. Everybody got to know, okay, this is who we're going through. This is what we're doing. This is the guy who's going to have the ball. And in the Thunder's point of view, in the Thunder's view, they want the ball in J-Dub's hands. And we saw that the other night, They want the ball in J-Dub's hands. And no matter what they say, no matter what they try to make up, he is not the dude. He just isn't. He's not the guy. And as long as they're trying to make him the guy, that is not going to happen. It's just not. But once again, the Thunder have made up their minds that they're going to go with J-Dub, that he is the dude that they have their future. He just like they went with Westbrook, and we talked about that earlier when I was here today. We talked about that earlier, how the Thunder have picked that. But when you look at the Thunder, here's our schedule. I mean, look at it. You got to go to the Raptors, then you on Friday. Then you have the Bucks on Sunday. Then you've got to go to the Pelicans on Tuesday. I mean, then you have the Rockets at home, Suns, and then look, you have the Suns at home, at the Knicks, at the Sixers, at the Celtics, at the Pacers. I mean, that 5 games right there, I'll talk about it. Let me see, that's Raptors, that's 2, 3, 4. That's the next 9 games. You have to do 7 out of 9, 6 and 3, 7 and 2 and 6 and 3. You have to, if you're going to have any kind of success. That's what you're going to have to do if you want to succeed. Because there's no way in hell you're going to stay atop the West if you're not winning those games. You've got to win those games right there. It's just you have no choice. You've got to get those W's, and it starts tonight. You have to win for a 3rd game in a row. Then you got to take care of business against the Raptors, and the Raptors are not just going to give you they're not going to give it to you. So you got to go on the road and win. Then you got to turn around, and then you have out the Bucks. Now the only advantage we have is that we've had rest. Okay, we've had rest. We had 4 days rest, or 3 days rest. This is the 4th day. So we've had 3 days of rest. So that's going to help us go into this stretch. But I mean, this next 9 games, you have to go minimum of 6 and 3, minimum of 6 and 3, and more like 7 and 2. But the whole thing is 8 and 1 would be fantastic. I don't necessarily see that as a possibility, but that's what it is, because this is what the NBA, the West looks like. Okay, this is what the West looks like. This is what you're going to have to do in order to get this done, because the West is no joke. I mean, it's no joke because, I mean, everybody right now is really. Everybody is really just right there combined. And look, here's the West schedule. This is the West schedule, or the standings in the West. It's no joke. It's no joke on what you got to do and what you're going to have to succeed, because it's tight. There's no question. And the Thunder just don't have the ability to just kick it off and not be able to do what they need to do. They just don't. The Thunder are going to have to win the games. They're going to have to do what they need to do to get to the next level. They're just going to have to. And it all starts with who your coach is and who he's playing. That's what it comes down to. I mean, quite frankly, that's what it comes down to. On who you got and who's playing. That's what it comes down to. It just does. Because there's no way around you not doing what you need to do. I mean, it's just not. I mean, you've got to be able to have the right players in mind. You've got to have the right things going on, because if you don't, the Thunder have no chance. The Thunder have no chance. And when you look at it right now, I mean, look at the schedule. We're tied with Denver. You have the T-Wolves right there breathing down 1 game back. Then we have some room, because 4, when you look at what's next after that, you got the T-Wolves at 4. The Clippers at 4, and then it's just tight after that. Pelicans 5.5, and like I said, the Pelicans scare the hell out of me. They just do. And they just do, because we play either the Clippers or the Pelicans the way if we stay at number 1, which I don't think. I think we'll finish 2. But that's just kind of how I look at it and how it's going to be, because right now, the way the playoffs started today, you'd have the Lakers, the Warriors playing at L.A., you'd have the Mavs and the Suns playing each other. And then the winner of that game is the 7th seed. And that team would go against the Nuggets, which would be the Suns. And then the Lakers-Warriors winner would play the loser of the Mavericks and Suns. So that's what that would be. And the Mavericks, they're playing really good, but still, I just don't trust them. They don't play defense. And I think you have to play defense in order to be. Like I said, The next 9 games, when you look at the schedule, this is what the Thunder have to do. I mean, to stay in it, you cannot go in your next 9, 10 games, let's say 10 games. And here are our 10-game schedule. Like I said, we just broke it down. And I'm going to break it down even further for you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go through here, and then I'm going to count the games on the ones that I think we can win, okay, or the ones I think we have a chance. Okay, so in the next 9, let's say 10 games. Jazz, you have to win. At the Raptors, you have to win. At the Bucks, let's say that's an L. Then you have the Pelicans. We need to beat them. You can't afford because what you have coming down. So you got to get a win there, and I think we can beat them. But it's going to be tough. Then you got the Rockets, which you have to win at home. The Suns, they're going to pay us back, but you still got to beat them. So let's say we lose that. So of those next 4, you're going to go 1, 2, 3, and 2 of the first 5. The next 5, you're going to go 3 and 2. Excuse me. Let me see. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to go 3 and 1 in the next 4. Okay. Then you got the Rockets. That's 4 and 1. Then 4 and 2. Then you got to go to the Knicks, and they should have Robinson back, and they'll probably have OG Anunoby back. So that's a loss. That's 3. Then you got to go to the Sixers, and it depends on if Embiid is back or not. If he's not back, you got a chance to get there, so let's hope he's not back. That's a win right there. Then you got to go to the Celtics, and Celtics want to repay us back, so that's another loss. That's 3. Then we need to repay the Pacers for what they did to us. So you're 6 and 3. Like I said, it works. So you're losing to the Celtics because of payback. You're going to have a tough time beating the Bucks, the Pelicans. Between the Bucks, the Pelicans, and the Knicks and Sixers, you got to go 3 and 1. So you can only lose one of those games. You can only lose one to the Bucks, to the Pelicans, or to the Knicks and the Sixers. So of those 4, you can only lose one. You can only lose one of those 4. You can only lose one. If you go 2 and 2 out of that group, because remember, you still have the Suns. And they want to repay us for what we did to them. So, you can't, on the road, you're going to have to, and we have a good road record, but that's what it breaks down to. Guys, it's going to be tough for the Thunder to do what we want them to do. It's not going to be easy. Now, can it be done? Hell yes, it can be done. Should we be able to do it? Hell yes, we should be able to do it. But that's what it looks like. It's not easy on what the Thunder have to do. But can it be done? Once again, yes, it can. But the thing is this. Your coach has to do what? And the one thing that we say over and over and over and over about him is his lineups. He's, somebody's like, oh, well, he's experimenting his lineups. Yeah, he is. Because what happened is now that you got, you're playing Hayward all these minutes, which you threw away a game to the Pacers. You lost the game on playing him 30 minutes, starting him. The guy's only been here for 5 games, 7 games, and you start him. You completely broke up the rhythm. And I'm telling you, right now, the Thunder are in self-destruct mode because of what they're doing. And I broke down yesterday. SGA's numbers are what? Going down. Only one person's numbers are going up, and that's J-Dub. Because that's who the Thunder wants numbers to go up. But everybody else's numbers are not going up. Because now you completely threw the team and you're not playing it right. You got everybody in a rhythm, and now you're playing. And I understand you're trying to get Gordon Hayward ready for the playoffs. I get that. And he may be a difference maker or whatever. But what you basically has done is you screwed up the rhythm of the team by playing him when you're playing him. Now you got Dort, who never hardly played with SGA. Now he's playing with SGA all the time. And, they aren't where they used to be because Dort has picked J-Dub. Like I said, like my boy Nathan broke it down. Nathan Taylor, YMB, he broke it down, and so did I. You have SGA and Chet. You have J-Dub and Dort. And then Josh is now with them because Josh is trying to get re-signed. Jay Will clearly is over there trying to get re-signed. Isaiah Joe, anybody, if you're trying to get re-signed with the Thunder, what are you doing? You're following the company, towing the company line by going with J-Dub. Even though you know SGA is better. Even though you know the best chance of winning is SGA. And I should have posted this and I didn't do it because I got sidetracked today with my fat boy. Okay. Highest clutch time field goal percentage. Minimum 50 field goal attempts. SGA, 61%. 61%, and the Thunder are putting the ball in J-Dub's hands. 61%. Now tomorrow I'm gonna put this on my deal so you guys can see it even better. Probably tonight if we do a show tonight, but tomorrow I'll have this because we're doing our thing tomorrow we'll be at industry. Jokic is at 58%. LeBron at 54%. SGA 61% clutch time field goal percentage. 61%. 61. And you don't put the ball in his hands at the end of games. Makes 0 sense. 0 sense. Don't understand it at all. You can order around the corner over there. Okay. Makes 0 sense. And here are the numbers right here. 61%. Okay? And like I said, I'll put this up tomorrow so that you guys can have it. I started to do it today. I just got sidetracked. But anyway, 61%, and you don't have the ball in his hands. Number 1 in the NBA in clutch field goals made, and he's not with the ball in his hands. You put it in J-Dub's hands. Why? Because you're building for the future. Like the Athletics said at the beginning of the year, the two people who are trying to win, who understand about winning now, is SGA and Chet. The rest of them, no. Go back and look at J-Dub's. I went to go back and look at his interview when he was on that podcast. What did he talk about? SGA is too serious, we just don't really like because he's so serious. Yeah, because he wants to damn win. Can you imagine going to the Chiefs or playing for the Patriots with Tom Brady and not being serious and ready to win? You know how uncomfortable, you know what you wouldn't be on the damn team very long? That's what you would not be on the team very long. If you aren't committed, you aren't there with the rest of them mentally, you ain't there. That's the difference between a winning organization mentality and one who's not. And Oklahoma City Thunder aren't ready to win. They got all these draft picks. They're still, let's look at the future. And Oklahoma City as a whole, like I said many times, Oklahoma is a sports knowledgeable state. A football knowledgeable state, not a basketball knowledgeable state. It's a football is very, very knowledgeable when it comes to football. If we had an NFL team, couldn't get away with what we get away with. It's like we have tons of Cowboys fans here. And they let the Cowboys get away with stuff because they're Dallas Cowboy fans, but when push comes to shove, they're like, yeah, no, we're not buying that. And when you look at the Thunder, the Thunder are getting away with stuff that they should not be getting away with. Why? They shouldn't be getting away with the stuff that they get away with. But because people are listening to them, it's like the other night, like we talked about with Jay Will when SJ was being interviewed by TNT. Jay Will, why the hell are you behind with your arm wrapped around SGA? It's not about you. Keep your butt. You didn't play. It ain't about you. Get away from the camera. And then why was he over there? They wanted him over there so they could bring him over there to listen to J-Dub be the Bali player of the game. How the hell is he the Bali player of the game? I'm telling you guys, and I hate to say this, and you guys can say what you want to, but I'm right. I was right about Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook, and I'm right about this. And the Thunder ain't gonna do anything if they want to win, which I don't think they do. They have to change and get everybody to understand one thing. But now you created a monster, just like you did with Russell. You created a monster with him. And once you created that monster, it was over. You destroyed your team because you created the monster. You chose Westbrook, and you did. Over Durant, over Harden, over Ibaka. And, what did Nathan say? Well, look at the picks we got for Ibaka. Yeah, whatever. You can come up with that. But the point is that you don't have to worry about those picks because you still have Kevin Durant. You still have James Harden. Russell would be gone. He wouldn't be who he is. The Thunder allowed him to be a Hall of Fame player because he got rid of the players who could keep him from doing that because Russell is single-minded, single-focused, all about him. That's why at the end of games, don't want him anywhere near the court. Don't. Worst percentage in the history of the game. Not a smart basketball player. Plays hard, 100%. You know what you're going to get out of him? 100%. Very smart basketball player? No. So, man, I'm sorry. I'm getting off that. I want to take this opportunity to thank our guys over at SRB for their support. If you have needs for engineering, surveying, and planning, hit my guy Mark Long up. He loves to be behind the scenes. Collaborative Logic, if you have needs for computer software or Website design, they are the people to hit up. Hit my boy Russell Williford up. They designed our website at MC Sports Network. So hit those guys up. They're very, very good. And the thing I love about them, unless your computer needs to be fixed manually, they can remote in and fix whatever it is that you need to be fixed. Oak Grove Trucking, my guy Jose Fierro, if you have needs for dirt, rock, or sand to be moved, he is the dude. So hit my boy up for that. He'd love to take care of you. YNB, family owned and operated since 1912. They are the bank that makes things happen. They're an equal housing lender and a member of the FDIC. Proud sponsor for us to support women, minority, and black-owned businesses in the Oklahoma City area. And you can pre-qualify online at www.ynbok.com. That's ynbok.com. Or you can go into any of their locations, the main bank at 401 Elm in downtown Yukon, YNB East, which is off the Parkway and 66 or 39th Expressway, YNB Mustang on 218 North Mustang Road in Mustang, America, YNB Parkway, which is off Garth Brooks and I-40, and YNB Peoples located in Bethany on 23rd between Rockwell and MacArthur. Can't miss it. And then our latest sponsor, Shelter Insurance, the Mark Pemberton Agency, located 4609 Southeast 29th, Dale City, Oklahoma, 405-670-2424. Open Monday through Thursday, 9 to 5, Fridays 9 to 1, closed Saturdays and Sundays. Proudly serving the Middale area since 1982. Like I said, that's where we're at, Hacienda Tacos in Midtown. Great place. Today, like I said, I'm trying to do something different. I had the street tacos last week, and then this week I had the chicken quesadillas and the queso. And it was really, really good, really, really good. So I enjoyed that, and like I said, come by here, and like I said, I'm the one in Midtown, right by St. Anthony Hospital. And so anyway, I'm right here, and then, of course, they have the one in North Park Mall. So go by and check those guys out. Fantastic place. Love that. And then, of course, my basketball camp is coming up soon. If I can find it, well, I'm not at home, so I don't have my little thing with me where I can pull stuff up. But it's the Matt Clark Basketball Camp, June 13th and 14th, grades 2nd through 8th, Thursdays and Fridays, 8 to 12. Venmo, Cash App. Our checks are accepted, $155, and of course we only take 20 kids. Last year we got up to 25. I'll take that, but I usually prefer that we stay around 20. That's the optimum number for me to be able to teach what I really want to teach the kids, because this is not a fun camp, but this is a camp to learn how to play basketball. So go ahead and scan the URL code, and you can sign up for the camp. And you can pay and do everything right then and there. So once you do that, so that's the URL code. Go ahead, scan it, and then go ahead and sign up. Because like I said, I think we only have 9 spots available. So if it's something you want to do, go ahead and do it and sign up right now. So we would definitely appreciate that from you guys. So I'll tell you what, the NCAA is coming up, and I can say, well, before we get to that, let's go ahead and do this. Here's the question of the day, okay? Is Kyrie Irving a better closer? I was hoping Drew, Henthorne, Husker Drew Picks, and Nathan Taylor would be on today so they could answer this. Is Kyrie Irving a better closer than Isaiah Thomas or Allen Iverson? That's the question of the day. So you guys can go ahead and go to YouTube, search the Unpopular Hour, Matt Clark. You can comment on this there, or you can go ahead and ask me questions if you have any about that, because I really don't look at my Facebook while I'm doing the show. So if you do have some questions about it, you can go ahead and look on there. If you have any questions or any comments about what I'm talking about, please, by all means, go ahead and do it then. But anyway, is Kyrie Irving a better closer than Isaiah Thomas and Allen Iverson? That's our question. And my comment is this. I don't think so, because Allen Iverson got the 76ers to the championship game against the Lakers, Kobe and Shaq. And had he not gotten hurt, I don't know if the Lakers could have beat them. I want to say that they could have, but I don't know if they could have. It was that he was that dominant, that big of a closer. So to me, closing is about winning games to get you to the playoffs and get you the championship. Now, did Kyrie win the championship against the Warriors? Well, hell yeah, but that's because Draymond Green, being the smart basketball player he is, kicked LeBron in the groin and got suspended for a second time, which cost them Game 5. Because if everybody goes back and remember, which people don't, they smashed them. They were beating them by 20. It should have been over. But because of that, they got back in. They gave them a chance to win. They gave them the ability to believe that they were as good as the Warriors, and the Warriors never recovered. That's what happened, okay? That's what happened. So when you go back and you look at that, that's what happened, okay? So Kyrie did hit the game-winning shot 100%. There's no question about that. He did that, and that allowed them to win the game against the Warriors. But if Draymond doesn't get kicked out, that doesn't happen, and it's over. It's over. That doesn't happen if that happened, but it didn't happen. And so Kyrie got to close out, and he hit a game-winning shot. But is he a better closer than either one of them? No. I just can't see it, especially Allen Iverson. I just can't see it. So I'd love to see your comments on what y'all think about that, because I just don't see it. I don't see it. I really don't. I don't know how anybody can really say that and believe that, because to me, Kyrie is a monster. There's no doubt. He's one of the best closers, ball handlers that there is. Granted, skill-wise, as far as ball handling, yes, I put him up there as one of the top ever. But I don't put him in front of either one of these guys. Because remember, Isaiah won back-to-back, and Allen Iverson basically took the 76ers team, which he was the only guy. Everybody forgets that. He was the only guy, basically a one-trick pony, and he took them to the championship game by himself on his own. Now, he did have some players. I mean, come on now. I mean, they did a little bit, but it basically was him. It basically was him. So he was just incredible. So as far as a closer, yeah. How can you be a closer when you're the only guy on your team and you take that team who wasn't supposed to go to the championship and almost beat one of the best teams in history, the LA Lakers, who won 3 back-to-back, okay? Remember, they won 3 in a row. And the only teams that do 3 in a row in this modern-day era were the Michael Jordan twice and then Kobe and Shaq. They did it twice, and they did it once. And they should have did more than that, but Shaq was too busy trying to be a rapper and wasn't really focused on basketball. And, he comes back and he tells you how he regrets that, because he wasn't, which was the problem with him and Kobe. Kobe was supremely serious about winning the game, extremely serious about wanting to be a better player, and that's what happened. That's what happened between those two. And to me, you have the same thing, the same mentality that you have here with SGA and the Thunder, and Chet. They have the mentality that they want to win. They have the belief that they should win. You got other guys in here, they don't have that mentality. J-Dub doesn't, J-Will doesn't, Isaiah Joe and them are just following whatever because they're trying to keep a contract. Dort, same thing. They're trying to keep the management happy so they can make sure they get a job, keep a job. That's what they're doing. But there ain't no way in hell they think J-Dub is better than him. Ain't no way in hell that they want J-Dub, the ball in J-Dub's hands instead of SGA's. Now you have proof right here. So for all you technical gurus, look at J-Dub's numbers. And, we can do that. Let's pull up his numbers right now. So since for all you Thunder guys, so y'all can all be happy, when you pull up the Thunder shooting percentage, this is for you all, so y'all can be happy. You see J-Dub, 19 points a game, 53% from the field, 44% from 3, 81% from the line. SGA's numbers are slowly dropping from 90 to 87. They're slowly dropping free throw percentage, slowly dropping. He's just not the same guy because the organization is not putting, you're beating the dude down. He's now dropped down to 30.9. 30.9. He was almost at 32, now he's at 30.9. He's slowly dropping. Why? Because the Thunder aren't trying to promote him. The Thunder aren't playing him minutes. The Thunder, the biggest threat to the Thunder are the Thunder. The biggest threat to the Thunder succeeding are the Thunder coaching staff and management. That's the biggest threat to the Thunder. The way I look at it is we beat We beat Denver twice in Denver with Jokic fully loaded, the whole team, everything, and SGA hit the game-winning shot. Now, to the way things are now today, I think they put the ball in J-Dub's hands. That's what I think. Because they don't care about winning. They're trying to get him used to winning games, shooting game-winning shots, used to game-winning quarters. That's what used to bring the ball up down at the end. And, my guy Nathan tried to make the point that, well, maybe they're trying to groom him. For what? Every team who's successful understands what the pecking order is. If you're the top 5 NBA player, what do? It goes in Jason Tatum's hands. It puts the ball in Jokic's hands. And whoever your best player is, the best ball handler, that's whose ball whose hands the balls are in at the end of games. That's who it is. Now, they have Jamal Murray bringing it up to give to Jokic, but the offense runs through Jokic. Our offense runs through J-Dub at the end of games. Why? I have no idea. Unless SGA, the Clippers game, he just took over. Every time there was a miss, he just went and got the ball from whomever, said, give me the ball. And a perfect example, like I said the other night, was when the ball was being taken out of bounds, SGA and him looking at each other, and J-Dub's like, take it out. So SGA took the ball out, gave it to him, and just ran down court like, okay, go ahead, man. And what did he do? Turn the ball over. He ain't the dude. He don't have the ball. You don't have the feeling to understand what to do with the ball, to work on it. That's what you have to have. It's not something you can just develop. Kyrie has supreme handles. Why? Because he's been working on them for 20 years. Why does Steph Curry? Because he's been working on them. You have to work on it for years and years and years. It's not something you can just all of a sudden do and go, oh, I got ball handling. Yeah, you can get better at it. I mean, LeBron got better at shooting threes. Remember in the beginning, he wasn't a three-point shooter. He was shooting layups. And has he gotten better? 100%. And so that's when you look at it, that's how things are. So to me, the frustration is really clear for me on what's going on with the Thunder and what they're doing. And to me, it's a travesty that you are taking a team who has an ability. What do we have? 15 games left. You could really do something with this team. And instead of really doing something, what are you doing? You're basically handcuffing your best player. You're causing your best player's numbers to go down. Why? Why would you want your best player to accomplish something that only 2 other guys have done? Average 30, shoot 50% from the field, 55% from the field, and have 2 steals. Oh, 50% from the field. Why would you want your player to do that? You took Russell Westbrook for him to be MVP. You had everybody move around so he could get rebounds, so you could add, so he could get his triple-double to be the only person to do that. That's how, because nobody believes Russell Westbrook was the MVP. He got MVP simply because he averaged a triple-double. Nobody believes he was the best player that year, but the Thunder promoted it, and it's, oh, my God, that was you, brother. I saw you riding on the bike. What's going on? Oh, you ain't got nothing to say? You can't say nothing? You can speak. I mean, you can speak on here. There's a camera. What? Is that what you brought up? Brother. Hey, guess what I ran into the other night? Mike Stoops.
He's coming back in town.
Oh, yeah. He looked at me and goes, you damn Aggie. I'm like, man, wait. Between you.
No, I'm just jealous.
Is that what it is? What's happening? Anything good?
Nothing.
You're drinking a beer?
Meeting Robbie.
Oh, God. Oh. Well, when is he coming so I can leave? Yeah, he texted me yesterday. He goes, when you coming back? Because I was supposed to be last week. But, since I had that past those kidney stones, my body has not, I was only, 4 or 5 weeks ago? So my body still hasn't healed all the way. So I can, if I have do shots, I can't do anything the next day. So my body just hasn't healed yet. But anyway, that's our guy Alan over there. Go ahead. Now, are you Corona? What are you today? Which one are you? Pop, which one are you? Who you representing today? I don't know. Who's he representing today?
Pacifico.
Oh, he's Pacifico there. Don't they have a Pacifico Light or something? Weren't you trying to talk? What was that? What were you trying to talk me into? Remember to take over from?
Delicious. It's lighter than that Ultra brand.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. 90 calories versus 95 calories.
Are you serious? But why the hell am I drinking Ultras then?
3 raisins.
Oh, because I don't know any better. What is it?
Yeah,
so who are you promoting?
90 calories. That
Oh,
other
man.
stuff has 95. And
Hey, well, give me one of these in a cold glass. I can't have that on. I mean, I have cold glass. Anyway, hey guys, see what these OU people do? That's how OU Sooners are right there. They corrupt us OSU people. That's what these Sooners do. They corrupt OSU. That's what they do. See, every time I see this man, he wants to smoke cigars with me. He wants to drink with me. That's what he does. Oh, anyway, so then I got Robbie Vernon. He's on his way in, who's the owner of this place. He's a good friend of mine. So they're both here. So I'm going to go ahead and try this. I don't know why I haven't been drinking this. I didn't know any better. I should have been drinking this thing. I didn't know, bro. Why didn't you tell me about this before? I see you all the time. Where's my cigar at? Well, I'm an OSU guy. I can't smoke. I can't afford my own cigars.
You have great taste.
By the way, here, let me do that. Oh, that's tasty. That's really good. I'm going to have to try. I might start drinking those. Corona Premier. That's a good beer. Anyway, that being said, back to my Thunder thing. It's just to me, and I know I'm talking about it every day because to me, I want you guys to understand. And all I ask you to do is pay attention to what I'm saying. Pay attention to who they give the ball to at the end of quarters of SGA and J-Dubs in the game. Pay attention to who they're giving the ball to. And I just showed you the numbers right there. SGA, 61%. He leads the NBA in clutch field goal percentage. Jokic is next at 58. And you put the ball in J-Dub's hands instead of his. It makes no sense. And all I ask you how to do is just pay attention to what I'm saying. And I promise you, any stats or anything I'm doing within a week of me talking about him over and over and over, guess what the Thunder do on Bali? They promote exactly or say exactly what I've been saying. It's like, to me, how the hell are you not promoting your best player? You basically gave Russell Westbrook the MVP, who wasn't. He wasn't the most valuable player. He's a player who got a triple-double, which no one had done since Oscar Robertson. The difference is the Thunder allowed him to do so. He played out of position because all he was and all he is about him. That's all he's ever been, about him. He's never been about the team. He's about him, period. And I promise you, had he left instead of James Harden, which I understand why you picked him over Harden, because Harden can't playoffs, he disappears. So I understand that. But to me, on the flip side of that is you left Harden, you got rid of Scotty Brooks, you got rid of Kevin Durant, you got rid of Ibaka, you got rid of Reggie Jackson, and you got rid of Sabonis, all because of that dude. And then you end up getting rid of him and got a plethora of picks, but that's fine. You lucky you get SGA, who the Clippers did not want to get rid of. You got your guy. Then what do you get? You get Josh Giddey after that. Then you get Chet, J. Will, and J-Dub after that in the next draft. And then you get Casey Wallace in the next draft. So now is your squad young? Yes. Do we need a veteran? I wouldn't mind one, but we're young, so get me a young guy who's athletic, who's 6'10". What we need to do, the difference between us and Denver and us and Minnesota is at our skill positions, which is Andrew Wiggins and K-Rich, they're 6'7". Minnesota, the Celtics, the Bucks, and the Nuggets, their guys, those two guys we're talking about, they're 6'9", 6'10". So we're at 6'7", 6'8". They're 6'9", they're 6'10", 6'9", 6'10", 6'11". That's the difference between us. Same skill guys doing the same thing our two guys are doing, except they're 6'9", 6'10", and our guys are 6'7", 6'8". That's the difference. Still shooting the threes is basically the same, but the difference is offensive rebounds, we're ranked what? 30th in the league. In an NBA playoffs, what do I talk about all the time? You get 8 to 10 less possessions a game. You can't afford to give up 12 offensive rebounds, which is what we average giving up a game right now. That's second chance points. Can't do it. But when he goes a small lineup, but like I said, what is our best lineup? Our best lineup when we trying to win and play do everything is SGA, Isaiah Joe, Kaysen, Wiggins, and Jay Will, and then he plays for about 2 minutes, and then you bring in Chet every quarter. That's the 5 and 6 that roll. But it's really SGA, Kaysen, Isaiah Joe, Wiggins, and Chet. That group is ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous as a group. So hopefully tonight we can get a W against a team that is my least favorite team. Well, I don't know, Boston's my least. No, this is my least favorite team. Boston's my second to least favorite team. Not a Celtics fan, because you can't be a Laker fan and a Thunder fan and be a Boston fan. Sorry, doesn't work that way. So that being said, I want to thank the guys here at Hacienda Tacos for allowing me to be here today. Remember, every other Wednesday we will be here, so I appreciate those guys. Tomorrow we will be at Industry, going live while the games are going on and then doing the show. So that being said, I want everybody to have a fantastic day. Enjoy your Wednesday.